What is going on, YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now, as it does help these videos guys to the public and the channel to grow overall. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly, almost every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you don't miss a single one of those videos that I post. It's only right, you guys. Listen, guys, I hate to say it, I hate to be the prisoner of the moment, but I gotta say it. The Big Ben Roethlisberger era in Pittsburgh, it needs to end. They need to move on from Big Ben Roethlisberger. The Steelers need to move on from this guy. The Mike Tomlin and Big Ben Roethlisberger era needs to end. And Big Ben Roethlisberger, if I'm him, I would honestly consider retiring. I would. It's sad to say, I'm not a huge Big Ben Roethlisberger fan. I'm not a Steelers fan. I'm a Packers fan. But it needs to end. They need to move on from Big Ben Roethlisberger. This whole Big Ben Mike Tomlin era has peaked. They're not going to win another Super Bowl. They're not going to be a perennial playoff team each year. It's not going to happen. It's just not. They need to move on. The trajectory of the Steelers is going down. Just a season ago, we saw Big Ben Roethlisberger lead the league in interceptions thrown and miss the playoffs with a pretty good team. Okay? This needs to end now. It needs to end now. And again, the reason why is because of one Mason Rudolph. I like Mason Rudolph a lot. And now that Big Ben Roethlisberger is 37 years old, now that he's going to have season-ending surgery on his elbow, it's time to move on. It's time to just let the young buck Mason Rudolph play. It's time to give the keys to Mason Rudolph for this franchise. In order for the Steelers to maximize their opportunity from now forward, they need to give the keys to Mason Rudolph. And again, I like Mason Rudolph a lot. I really do. He impressed me a lot. I went back and watched that entire Steelers and Seahawks game, and to me, I was nothing but impressed in his debut. He impressed me a lot, okay? He went 12 for 19, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And that 1 interception that he threw, it was not his fault. It was a drop pass by a wide receiver that was proceeded to be intercepted. And Mason Rudolph, when he played in that game, he had about 4 or 5 drops in that game. So that completion percentage could have went up even more. Keep in mind, guys, this was the Seattle Seahawks defense that Mason Rudolph was carving up. Mason Rudolph looked like an NFL quarterback. He looked NFL ready in his debut, guys. And again, it is only one game. And again, if Mason Rudolph goes out here and plays like mad garbage from now on, I will own it. I will come on here and say, hey, I was wrong. Let's revisit this topic. But as of right now, Mason Rudolph's the future, okay? I was a Mason Rudolph fan back when he was at Oklahoma State. I thought the kid can play. I thought that he was going to be an NFL quarterback eventually if he got the opportunity. And you could just see it from his NFL debut. He has an NFL arm. He has the arm strength. He has the accuracy. He has the touch. He has an excellent deep ball that he throws. He throws an excellent deep pass, okay? He throws an excellent deep ball. He threw an excellent deep ball at Oklahoma State, guys. He throws the deep ball exceptionally well. He's hitting his wide receivers in stride, guys, down the field. His down the field accuracy is not a question. And again, Mason Rudolph is not afraid to take what the defense gives him. He will check it down to his running back. He will throw the ball away if the play is not there. You know, I kind of got the sense with Big Ben Roethlisberger, he was kind of always looking for the big play down the field, especially these last couple years. And Big Ben Roethlisberger was not always willing to throw to his checkdowns. He was not always willing to throw the ball away. He was always kind of just looking for the big play. I don't see that with Mason Rudolph. I see Mason Rudolph not putting his team in harm's way. That's one of the reasons why Big Ben Roethlisberger led the league in interceptions last year. He was a risk taker. He threw way too many passes that should not have been thrown. And Mason Rudolph, his anticipation skills are excellent. He has great decision-making skills as well. He's a great decision-maker. I love everything about Mason Rudolph. The only thing he needed coming out of college was extra time. He needed that extra time to learn and sit and get experience and get involved with the playbook. Get involved with NFL schematics. You know, help improve his football IQ. And now that he's gotten that experience, he's ready to take off. Hand him the keys. And as far as Big Ben Roethlisberger goes, he's done for. It's the end of the road for Big Ben Roethlisberger, in my opinion. Now, again, I'm not rooting for this to be the case. But if I had to project, if I had to say what's in my opinion going to happen, I don't think Big Ben Roethlisberger is going to be any good anymore. Big Ben Roethlisberger, in his 16 full seasons played in the NFL, he's played in 16 games only 4 times. He's played in 16 full seasons, okay? In only 4 seasons out of those 16 has Big Ben Roethlisberger played in all 16 games. Let that sink in. So pretty much for 75% of Big Ben Roethlisberger's career, he's not started and finished the full season at full strength. He's at least missed one game in a season 75% of his career. Okay? He's always hurt, guys. And now with elbow surgery, now the fact that he's going to be out for the full season, the trajectory of this team with Big Ben Roethlisberger is going down. We need to look at this fully through a microscope, guys. We need to. In 2016, Big Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers team got to the AFC Championship game. They proceeded to get destroyed and annihilated and curb stomped by Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. The very next year, in 2017, they lost to Blake Bortles at home. They lost to Blake Bortles at home. Blake Bortles is not a starting quarterback anymore. You lose to Blake Bortles at home? Okay, in 2017, not good. The very next year, in 2018, they proceed to tie with the Cleveland Browns. They proceed to lose to the Denver Broncos, who are not a good team last year. They lost to the Raiders last year, who were picking top 4 in the draft. They blew a huge lead versus the Chargers. And they missed the playoffs with Antonio Brown, with an elite offensive line, with an ascending defense, with Big Ben Roethlisberger under center. The trajectory of this team is not going well. And this year, I get it. Big Ben Roethlisberger went down. Maybe he pulls one out of his hat and beats the Seahawks when he plays in week number 2. But Big Ben Roethlisberger versus the Patriots, he looked like a shot fighter. He didn't look very good. This year, the Steelers are now 0-2, and they're probably going to be 0-3 because they face the San Francisco 49ers this week, okay? They face Jimmy G and that 49ers team on the road. They're not beating the 49ers in San Francisco. I said in the offseason, the 49ers will be the sleeper team in the NFL this year. They were going to go 10-6 and win their division. They're not beating the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco. It's just not happening. That's my humble opinion. So again, the trajectory of this team with Big Ben Roethlisberger has gone down. If I'm the Steelers, I'm moving on. I need to start fresh. I need to. It needs to happen. You're not going anywhere with Big Ben Roethlisberger. This whole decade, you failed. You peaked. You're not going to get any better. Big Ben Roethlisberger's not going to get any better. He's probably going to get worse. Hand the keys to Mason Rudolph. And listen, you had your chance this decade. You had your chance. 2011 versus Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl. You lost. Okay, you lost. You lost to Tim Tebow a couple years later. You still had Troy Polamalu, James Harrison, Ryan Clark, Ferrier, Woodley, Ike Taylor. You had a ton of Hall of Famers on defense still in the early part of this decade. And Big Ben Roethlisberger could not deliver a Super Bowl. He couldn't do it. After that, you lose the defensive players, but you get a ton of great elite offensive players. Listen to the offensive players the Steelers have had this decade. Just this decade alone. Martavis Bryant, Antonio Brown, arguably the Jerry Rice of this generation at wide receiver. Antonio Brown's arguably going to be the Jerry Rice of our generation. Le'Veon Bell, maybe the best running back in football when he was playing. Juju Smith-Schuster, Heath Miller, an elite offensive line. Emmanuel Sanders, Hines Ward, Mike Wallace, Antoine Randall, and you have nothing to show for it. No Super Bowl rings, no hardware. Big Ben Roethlisberger couldn't get it done when he was healthy. He's not healthy anymore. He's not going to be any good anymore. That's my, again, I hope I'm wrong. I'm rooting for the guy. But if I'm the Steelers, why got a guy like Mason Rudolph who looked that good on my bench? I'm not bringing Big Ben Roethlisberger back. We have to look at Big Ben Roethlisberger in the mirror. He's not very good anymore. He's not a top 10 quarterback. He's not. I'm going to throw a couple quarterbacks out here. I'm going to throw some names out there. Okay, guys, I want you to be honest with yourself right now. Let's throw away past success. Let's talk about right now. This date in which you're watching this video right now. Do you want Big Ben Roethlisberger over these quarterbacks that I'm going to list? Are you taking him over Aaron Rodgers? I'm not. Are you taking him over Patrick Mahomes? I'm not. Are you taking him over Tom Brady? I'm not. Are you taking him over Russell Wilson? I'm not. Are you going to take him over Drew Brees and Matt Ryan? I'm not. Are you taking him over Phillip Rivers and Deshaun Watson? I'm not. Are you going to take him over Carson Wentz and Jared Goff, who just went to a Super Bowl? I'm not. Are you going to take him over Lamar Jackson, who's looking like the MVP of this league? A guy who made the playoffs last year and won the division that Big Ben Roethlisberger was in. Okay, when he won the division Big Ben Roethlisberger was in, did Big Ben Roethlisberger not play all the games last year? Was Lamar Jackson not in this division putting in work? Did he not save that Ravens franchise? Does he not have a chance to be the MVP of the league this year? Does he not have a chance to throw for over 4,000 yards and rush for 1,000 yards as well as a quarterback? I'm not taking Big Ben Roethlisberger over Lamar Jackson. Are you taking him over Dak Prescott, who's looking like an MVP candidate this year? I'm not. Dak Prescott, I get no locker room issues. I get availability. I get a guy that's trending on the upward. I get a guy that's won the second most games behind Tom Brady over these past 3 or 4 seasons. And again, I didn't even take into account Cam Newton, who looked pretty good when he was healthy last year. I'm not taking into account Kyler Murray, who looked like an absolute stud versus the Ravens the other day. I'm not taking into account Jimmy G, who's looking pretty good. So again, my thing with Big Ben Roethlisberger, he's not good. He's not very good anymore. Mason Rudolph is the guy to look for. He's the guy that needs to be playing. Big Ben Roethlisberger is done for. He's cooked. And again, I'm not rooting for that to be the case. I have to call it like I see it. I watched Big Ben Roethlisberger play these last 3 or 4 seasons. He's not been the same quarterback. He's not been very good. There are legitimately 13 or 14 quarterbacks right now I would take over Big Ben Roethlisberger. He's not very good anymore. He's now hurt. He's now out for the season. He's now injured. When you see a guy like Mason Rudolph, who was that good in his debut, when he looks that good, when he had that good of skills in college, you don't sit him. You don't bring back Big Ben Roethlisberger. You move on. Move away from the big, expensive, arrogant, bad leader Big Ben Roethlisberger. Move away from him. It's over. The era for Big Ben Roethlisberger should end. And again, I hate it to be this way. I want Big Ben Roethlisberger and all quarterbacks to go out in the sunlight. But if I'm the Steelers, I'm not bringing him back. And if I'm Big Ben Roethlisberger, I'm thinking about retiring. Didn't Big Ben Roethlisberger not think about retiring a couple of years ago? Wasn't he like 2 or 3 years ago thinking about retiring? I'm pretty sure. So again, that's where I'm at with this. Be sure to comment where you agree with me and where you disagree with me. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God bless day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.